What is good, everybody? You got Tone here, coach of the Maine Red Clawitzers, bringing you my Week 1 match of Season 3 of the NPL Minors. We are taking on Frieslander, coach, or Frieslander, however you pronounce it. My apologies if I mispronounce it. Coach of the Rotterdam Staraptors. Now, if you guys missed my draft analysis on the team that I drafted, the link will be in the description down below. So that out of the way, I'm just going to briefly run down my team and my opponent's team. My team, as you see here, initially I was going to put like some sticky notes up of my team versus his, but for some reason they didn't feel like showing up properly, so just do the next best thing and grab all the Pokemon sprites and just slap them on there and make it look pretty nice. So some things work out better than others, but anyway, you see my 12 Pokemon are on the top. Manaphy, Zardex, Tyranitar, Celebi, Crobat, Magnezone, Diggersby, Piloswine, Conkeldurr, Stoutland, Comfey, and Lumineon. And my opponent's team, consisting of Tapu Fini, Latias, Scolipede, Ferrothorn, Nidoking, Cofagrigus, Blaziken, Electivire, Mega Absol, Hitmonlee, Staraptor, and Kangaskhan. His Z eligible mons are Latias, Scolipede, and Electivire, and mine are Manaphy, Celebi, and Crobat. So looking at team matchup, there are two Pokemon in particular that necessarily just I did not have a good matchup. Had a good matchup against my team. The first one being the Staraptor. Mainly because my flying resists are Tyranitar and Magnezone, which neither likes taking a close combat from. So that's going to be an issue. And the other Pokemon that will be an issue is the Scolipede, depending on the moveset. So if it's like an all-out attacking set with like maybe SD and then Mega Horn, Poison Jab, and like Earthquake, he's kind of at a loss of move coverage, but he has the Pokemon starting to make up for the lack of Scolipede's coverage. So he doesn't have Rock Slide, he can't do much to Crobat, but he does have responses to Crobat on his team, in a sense, like the Scarf, like he gets Scarf Nidoking. He gets Scarf Nidoking, outspeed, a Revenge Kill with a Thunderbolt or Ice Beam. Latias could be Scarfed, who knows. Just throwing out some potential stats he could bring in the battle. So yeah. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into the team that I brought into this match. So before I get into it, first off, I'm just gonna give a shout out to good friend Techno Strike for helping me with this team. I had most of the stuff down, but he helped me out with tweaking some of the sets and some of the moves and whatnot. So definitely giving a shout out to Techno for helping me with this team. So if you see here, first set we got here is the Moses, our Assault Vest, Sheer Force Conkeldurr with Drain Punch, Knockoff, Poison Jab, and Mach Punch. I initially had Ice Punch over Knockoff, but I felt as though crippling, knocking off items, removing leftovers, stuff like Tapu Fini, hindering its only real reliable recovery outside of like Z Haze, but it's not one of its Z eligible mons, and only offensive Z moves are allowed in the NPL. So that being said, I felt as though that hindering the Tapu Fini switch in, or just removing items from any of his mons in general, would help out my team tremendously. Getting rid of Choice Scarves, leftovers, whatnot, would be beneficial over Ice Punch, which does hit the Nidoking and the Latias, but also allows me to knock off the Cofagrigus. So there's that. And knockoff is also maintaining coverage on the Latias, so it's not that big of an issue. I went Sheer Force over Guts mainly because Poison Jab, Sheer Force Poison Jab does 50% minimum to a fully physically defensive Tapu Fini, so it has a good shot of 2-hit KOing Tapu Fini, and even Surf and Moonblast won't do much to my Conkeldurr in this issue because Moonblast is a 3-hit KO. So basically, Tapu Fini can't KO me quicker than I can KO it in retaliation. So just running max attack, max special defense, didn't need to run any speed because there was nothing I really wanted to outspeed on his team, and there was nothing I could have outsped except for uninvested Tapu Fini, which required way too much speed EVs. And the bulk will be more beneficial over the added for the speed, just to outspeed one mon. I can beat 1v1 anyway with this set. So that is Conkeldurr in a nutshell. Moving on now to the second Pokemon, we have Ceres, our Flying Z Crobat with Brave Bird, Cross Poison, Substitute, and Roost. Before the set was changed to this, I was actually running an Adamant Choice Scarf set on this Crobat, and mainly for the sense of making sure that even after even if Scolipede got a speed boost and then try to retaliate with a Rock Slide, an Adamant Choice Scarf Crobat still outsped a +1 Scolipede. The EV spread here lets me outspeed a Jolly Max Speed Scolipede, just in case, but who knows. It depends on if he does have Rock Slide, he'll protect and then Rock Slide, but I don't think a Rock Slide could kill. I didn't do the calcs prior to this, so. But I did notice that Crobat does put in a ton of work against his team. I can. His flying resist. The flying resist on his team is Ferrothorn, and if I can hit it with a Supersonic Sky Strike, it's going to hinder it tremendously because it does at least 70% depending on its EV spread, and then I can retaliate with a Brave Bird and take it out. I will be taking Recoil and Iron Barbs and potentially Rocky Helmet damage, but I do have Roost, and Crobat does have opportunities to set up a substitute on most of his team, like Staraptor. If he locks himself into close combat, I can get up a free substitute as he switches out. And yeah, Adamant Max Attack for just to increase the damage output. Didn't really need any extra coverage options, as Brave Bird plus Cross Poison hits everything on his team for at least neutral damage. So that is the Crobat. Moving on now to the third Pokemon, we have Evergreen, our Kabia Berry Celebi with Shadow Ball, Giga Drain, Psychic, and HP Fire. Not really much to say about this set, as this is basically my backup response to Tapu Fini if my Conkeldurr gets worn down too quickly. This is also my way of revenge killing something like a Choice Scarf Nidoking. With Sludge Wave, I can survive thanks to the Kabia Berry, kill it with a Psychic, Shadow Ball hits the Latias, Giga Drain for stab, gets back some health, Psychic hits most of his team for pretty decent damage, and HP Fire to a KO's Ferrothorn, if he's not Akaberry. The speed lets me outspeed, I'm pretty sure it's Hitmonlee. And everything's slower than that, so I outspeed Hitmonlee, non-Choice Scarf Nidoking, Blaziken if it has an agility up, stuff like that. So I could have outsped Electivire, but the main thing Electivire does back to Celebi is Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Flamethrower. So I know I can take at least one hit from that and then just keep wearing it down with Giga Drain. So it's not that big of an issue. It would be an issue if he was like an AV variant instead of a Scarf variant, but that's something I can work out of too. So nothing much else to say about Celebi there. So moving on to Pokemon number 4, we have Aquafina, our Manaphy, Rock and Tail Glow 3 attacks, with Tail Glow Surf, HP Fire, and Energy Ball. Now I did make a slight mistake during the battle that I didn't notice until the battle was over. So the speed, this is the EV set I was supposed to bring on Manaphy, but I ended up giving my Manaphy the exact same EV spread as the Celebi, because I don't know why. The Manaphy was supposed to outspeed Electivire, but for some reason I had it the same EV spread as Celebi, which outspreads Hitmonlee. So yeah, that was an error on my part because I completely forgot that I thought Electivire was base 85 speed, and I checked the speed tier and I saw it was 95, and I was like, oh man, I'm not faster. So it would be a very, very big issue if Electivire stays around and Revenge and worries down my mana fee. So this set actually puts in a ton of work against this team. The only thing that can't beat 1v1 is the Latias, but I do have, like, I have Conkeldurr, I have Crobat, we can weaken it, and I have my other two Pokemon, which I'll get into in a minute. But this is basically my response to pretty much most of his team. Surf for Stab, HP Fire, deals with the Ferrothorn, Tapu Fini, gets hit hard by Energy Ball. I pretty much have coverage for everything except for the Latias. That's basically it. Everything is hit neutrally except for Latias. So yeah, this is the EV Sprout supposed to bring enough speed to outspeed Electivire, max special attack, rest, and HP. So that's my mana fee. Moving on to Pokemon number 5, we have Rampage, the Choice Scarf Tyranitar with Stone Edge, Pursuit, Crunch, and Earthquake. Was debating Superpower over Earthquake, but the only Pokemon he has on his team that isn't grounded is Latias, which I can Crunch, and Staraptor, which I can Stone Edge. Other than that, it's almost a free Earthquake. He does have the Ferrothorn, which can switch into. I did consider Superpower at some point, but Superpower only hits the Ferrothorn and Kangaskhan, which I wasn't too worried about. So I figured Earthquake would be better because it gives me better coverage against his Nidoking, the Blaziken, and the Electivire. The speed lets me outspeed pretty much all of his non-Choice Scarf Mons. Like, I think it's enough speed for a Scolipede that hasn't gotten a speed boost. So if he brings Scolipede if he does bring Scolipede and it's not running Protect, I can potentially take it out with a Stone Edge. There is also the issue of other stuff that can kill me back, like Hitmonlee with High Jump Kick. Tapu Fini can take a hit and retaliate with a Surf or Scald, but I think mostly Surf over Scald because of the Misty Surge. I'm pretty sure I'm faster than it. Yeah, it's faster than Scolipede that hasn't set up, and the rest is just HP and max attack, rest in HP. Needs to run Jolly Nature because I don't outspeed Scolipede without a plus a 0 max speed Jolly Scolipede without the speed boost. So basically my Revenge Killer. If he doesn't bring Choice Scarf Staraptor, I can Revenge Killer with a Stone Edge. He does give him a free switch into Ferrothorn, but I have the Ferrothorn switch in, which is Celebi. So if he tries to T-Wave me, I have Natural Cure. That's a big win issue. So that is Tyranitar. And moving on to the final Pokemon on the team, we have Old Major, our tank Eviolite Piloswine. Very standard Stealth Rock, Ice Rise, Go Crash, Earthquake. Nothing much to say here. It's just that looking over his team, Piloswine can take a, I believe it can take a Brave Bird from a Staraptor. I know that. I didn't count for close combat. I'm pretty sure it can take one, barring it's not banded. I think it can take a Choice Scarf close combat. I didn't do the calcs prior to the battle, but mainly Piloswine was here to prevent my entire team from getting overrun by Electivire. If he does bring Electivire, I need something that can stop the Volt switches. And Piloswine does that very, very nicely, so figure why not bring it. It's very standard max HP, max attack, didn't really calc for any specific spread or whatnot. It can takes on most of his team pretty decently, with the exception of stuff like the Blaziken, the Electivire, well, not Electivire, basically Blaziken, Tapu Fini, I believe, can 2-hit KO Piloswine with Surf. There's also Surf Latias. If Piloswine's taking enough damage, it can be revenge killed by like Aqua Tail, Scolipede, or if he's like Z Hydro Vortex, if he's really, really scared of Piloswine, which I doubt he'll do for one Mon only, but you don't know, anything is possible. So, like I said, nothing fancy, just simple max HP, max attack, nothing fancy about this. So yeah, this is the team I have brought versus Frieslander. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna switch over to the battle, and we will be right back. So stay tuned. Alright, so we are here with week 1 of the NPL Minors, Maine Red Clawitzers versus the Rotterdam Staraptors and Frieslander. Now, there's a couple of things to note about the team he brought. The most important part is the fact that he did not bring Scolopede, which is a relief for me. He did, however, bring the Staraptor. Staraptor does put in a lot of work against my team. Wasn't expecting him to bring the Blaziken though, but I figured like something like an agility, 3 attacks, life orb Blaziken could be troublesome. I did expect the Tapu Fini, the Nidoking, the Ferrothorn. The Ferrothorn was kind of iffy, mainly because I had Magnezone, but Magnezone didn't do much outside of trapping Ferrothorn. So, and he brought the Electivire. Don't know what Electivire could be. He could be Choice Scarf, Assault Vest. I don't know exactly what set he would bring. So, looking at a potential leads for me at least, I figured that leading off with my Conkeldurr would be the best lead, simply because it matches up against everything on his team pretty well, with the exception of the Staraptor. If he leads up with anything else, I could just knock off. I knock off on everything except for the Tapu Fini. In that case, I'll just click Poison Jab. If he goes in the Ferrothorn, that's fine. That doesn't bother me one bit. But nonetheless, we are going to play through this now. And so, I'm going to leave with my Conkeldurr, like I said. So, he leads up with his Ferrothorn, and I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine by me. So, this allows me to get a free knockoff no matter what. He hard switches and goes directly out into Staraptor, which is interesting. And then I see the Intimidate, and he goes for a knockoff. I remove his leftovers. I don't want to stand, even though these Intimidate Staraptor are not reckless. So I go and I switch out, and I go into my Piloswine here and take the Brave Bird. And it does about a good 32% here. So now I make the aggressive play, and I go hard into T-Tar, and I pray he doesn't go for close combat. And fortunately for me, he decided to go for Roost. Now here I get a free Stone Edge off, but even if it goes Ferrothorn, that's fine. Unfortunately, I missed the Stone Edge on a Staraptor, which sucks tremendously as it goes for close combat and takes out my Tyranitar. It's funny because even if I hit the Stone Edge, Staraptor actually might have lived. So now I go into Crobat here. He's not going to stay in. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to get up a substitute as he goes out to its Ferrothorn. So now I decided to reveal my go for the Supersonic Sky Strike on whatever Pokemon he has. He doesn't really have a flying switch in. So I am going to fire off the Supersonic Sky Strike on the incoming Electivire, and it takes a whopping 75%. So I don't know if he's Scarfed or not. I'm still going to go for Brave Bird. Luckily for me, he's not Scarfed. He was assumingly Assault Vest, or this was probably his Zmon. Don't know. But my substitute's still intact as Staraptor comes back in. Can't intimidate me because I'm behind the sub. I go for Roost here over Brave Bird for the because Crobat puts in a lot of work against his team, and a weakened Crobat wouldn't do me any good. So I go into Piloswine here, as it doesn't really serve any purpose anymore because I took out the Electivire. I could have went for Ice Shard here, but I went for Stealth Rock thinking he would switch. He did not. Dies to the Piloswine, goes down to the Staraptor's close combat. Go back out into my Crobat here, and I repeat the process from before, getting up a free substitute as he switches out. So go for my substitute here, and I'm just free to click off. I'm free to click Cross Poison in this situation because even if he goes Ferrothorn, I get a Brave Bird off no matter what. Go for Cross Poison, does 38%, which is nice because that damage puts Tapu Fini 100% within range of +3 Manaphy's. Energy Ball, I go hard into Manaphy here on the Surf, which does absolutely nothing here. I get excited to go for a Tail Glow here as he goes hard into Ferrothorn here. Get my Tail Glow off, and my assumption now is if he's not Aqua Berry, then I have a good chance of getting rid of the rest of his team. He wasn't Aqua Berry. HP Fire takes out the Ferrothorn. And we're sitting pretty right now, 4-4. He goes on his Nidoking, reveals he's Scarf Nidoking. Thunderbolt does 60%. Now I'm going to take out my Manaphy as Nidoking drops to a Surf. So now his last hope is to go into Tapu Fini and hope I don't have Energy Ball on my Manaphy. But unfortunately for him, I do have the Energy Ball. Firing it off, and down goes Tapu Fini. He got a crit. I don't think that the crit mattered. And that's essentially the game here. He goes into Staraptor here. He was physically defensive Staraptor, so he wasn't running a lot of speed, so my Manaphy outsped. And last is his Blaziken, which just going to get outsped and die to a Surf. So good game to Frieslander. He brought a very solid team. He brought a very unexpected Staraptor set, especially in my case. We went over we were just talking afterwards, and then it determines that his Staraptor was physically defensive Intimidate, as that Staraptor actually beat most of my physical attackers 1v1. It beats Conkeldurr, it beat my Crobat, it beat my Zard X, my Tyranitar, my Piloswine. Pretty much everything physical my Staraptor beat, which was a very, very solid bring on his part, because Braver with close combat did a number to pretty much everything on my team, with the exception of some niche stuff like Lumineon. But I feel as though I played well around some of the stuff that prevented my Manaphy from sweeping. I think the most important part was the fact that I took out the Electivire, because he did reveal afterwards that he was indeed a Assault Vest, which could have taken a +3 Surf from my Manaphy from full, which would have definitely hindered my Manaphy sweep, which would have rendered my Manaphy sweep useless. And he was Shed Shell Ferrothorn for my Magnezone, which also played a part. I don't know if the crit mattered. I doubt the crit matters, since Ferrothorn's 4 times weak to fire. But nonetheless, we start the NPL Minors with a Week 1 win, winning 4-0. Manaphy picking up 5 kills in this battle, and Crobat picking up the last kill. I played the team adequately well. Conkeldurr did some work with knocking off the leftovers, which definitely it forced us to Raptor to roost a little bit sooner than expected. Celebi didn't seem to see the field. And missing the Snow Edge with the T-Tar kind of sucked, but at least it didn't prove to be that crucial to the end of the game. Though hitting that Snow Edge would have helped immensely. But what can you say? Still, was a great game. I feel as though I played adequately well, and I just need to keep this up, because I've been known to have a game plan and then throw the game plan away, and then eventually just end up choking away matches where I know I can win. So I need to maintain that focus, especially in a league like this where everyone has these powerful teams, and then I don't want to be overwhelmed because I missed a certain matchup or whatnot. So I felt as though I had the matchup I wanted. I played my bonds right, and I got the win. So we are 1-0. Week 2 we play the AS Rowlets, if I recall correctly. So I apologize if I pronounce that wrong, or if it's some full name I forgot about, but that is going to be that. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to hit the like button, and feel free to subscribe if you are new to the channel, because there's going to be plenty more action as we kick off Season 3 of the NPL Minors, as we look to make our way to the playoffs and hopefully earn a spot for Season 7 in the NPL Majors. Who knows? That's what I'm hoping for, at least. But heck, you never know. So until the next time, I want to get the heck out of here. My name is Anthony, aka Tone, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip side. Later.